guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So what we're doing in tonight's video is actually continuing the blackout of all the chrome on the truck. Now, the first thing that we did in the last video was actually get rid of the chrome grille for this super nice OEM Plus looking 3-slat gloss black grille. Absolutely love it. It looks fantastic. It completely changed the front end look of the truck. I mean, I can't even tell you how much better this truck looks just from the grille. Now, obviously, we're doing the bumpers and everything, the badges, and literally everything that you see on this truck as chrome. The wheels are no question going. I got a new set on order. The side sills are getting them out of here. The handles, everything, the rear bumper, all that is getting completely de-chromed. So I'm just doing it step by step. I have everything basically. I'm still waiting on the wheels and tires. Those will probably be in next month. So once those come in, that will completely change the look of the truck. That's probably going to be kind of the last phase of it, because it's going to be like the cherry on top. So I'm doing the smaller things now. I could do one video, get it all done, but I like to break it up because a lot of people ask me questions on specific parts of my cars, whether it's the STI or the truck. So I like to have detail specific videos so everybody can go to that specific video, watch all the details, how to install it, my initial thoughts and everything, and then make their own judgment and opinions from there and kind of decide if they want to purchase that or not. When I did the Morimoto XB LED lights all around the truck, I did everything at once. So I did the headlights, I did the tail lights, I did the license plate lights. I did that in one video, and it was a lot of detail to put into one video. Well, the video was great in terms of seeing the overall transition and just the transformation in one video. I just think there was too much information in one video for people to really grasp it. So just breaking it up one by one so everybody gets a more detailed specific video so you can see everything that goes into that specific piece on the truck. So it's a little bit more palatable and it's not just straight up in your face doing everything and giving you a bunch of information. So what we're actually doing tonight is working on the side badges. So the F150 here on the fenders, those are getting out of here. Personally, I don't like badges or any type of emblems on the truck or car or anything that I'm doing. So I would remove these. However, these actually have pins or holes in the fenders. So if you remove that, you're gonna have 2 holes. So I didn't want to do that. Obviously, I didn't want to go get them filled because that's unnecessary work. So I got some nice satin black F150 XLT badges. Now, if you look on the back here, there's no pins. These are just all 3M double-sided tape. So it's a very simple install. It just goes right over the holes of the pins on the fenders, but these should look really good. And although it's a small minor mod, it's one of those things that just, you know, completes the big picture and makes it look that much better once everything is done. On the tailgate, I actually removed that one. That one did not have the holes. It was just held on by some double-sided tape. So I removed that a while ago. Actually, I did it on video, so I'll show you real quick. Not that it really matters, but it's kind of dark out. So let me just show you back here. Yeah, you can't see it at all, but it was right here. Remove that, looks way better. And with this EcoBoost badge, I'm not sure if there's a pin on there. I think it's just double-sided tape, so I might just take that off and see. But it's not really bothering me too much. I may try to find some black ones if they do have them. If not, I'm just gonna take it off and leave it off. Odds are it's probably just double-sided tape. But I want to do my research before I pull it off and, you know, find out that there's holes in the door. But before we start that, I want to check the Jlt Oil Catch Can. So it's been on for about 100 to 200 miles or so by now. And I want to see if it really caught anything yet. So let's go ahead, let's pop the hood, unscrew the little canister and check it out. So here is the Jlt Oil Catch Can that we installed a couple videos ago. Really simple install. Definitely recommend it for any EcoBoost. It takes all the blow-by, puts it in a can. You can dump it out as opposed to it going back into your motor and going into places that it shouldn't. Everything else looks great under here. The engine intake looks amazing. It sounds great. Absolutely love this thing. The fitment is great. Sounds amazing. In terms of gas mileage, I'm not really noticing any decrease or increase. It's kind of staying the same. But obviously once I get more miles on it, I will let you guys know. Somebody actually mentioned this to me. This was something on my mind as well. This is the cool tank up here and it looks pretty ugly. It's all yellowed and gross and everything. So when somebody mentioned that to me, I was already looking into some options here. There's a couple ways that you can go about doing this. First and foremost, you can replace it. There's some nice tanks out there. that are literally made of metal, you know, some nice billet aluminum. Look really good, but they're like $300 to $400, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I totally get it. I have a $200 Cobb coolant overflow tank in my STI, so I get it. But this is a truck, this is a daily driver, and I'm trying my best to kind of teeter on that edge of, you know, being practical and not going over the top, but still keeping it clean. So I was looking at some options, and there was actually a really nice cover from Cobb. There's also one by JLT, but it just sat on top of it and you were able to still see most of it underneath. But the Cobb one is actually really nice. It covers the entire thing. There's actually a little window over here so you can see the coolant level. I don't want something that was going to completely cover this because I want to still be able to keep an eye on the coolant level. So it is a really, really nice Cobb, you know, wrinkle black, just like the engine intake cover that goes right over here, and it'll cover this up and look way better. And it was only like 65 bucks, so it's very, very reasonable. And I'm a huge Cobb fanboy. I got a ton of Cobb stuff on my STI. So it was one of those things I knew I had to pick up. And then I started looking at the Cobb Redline carbon fiber intake, which is exactly what I have on my STI as well as the cover over here. They have it in carbon, but I refrained from getting that because you have to get a tune, you have to get the access port, which is not a problem, which I'll probably end up doing in the future. But I was just kind of pumping the brakes. I was like, let me just get, you know, everything that I really want to get done first, you know, kind of get the truck to where I want it. And then we can revisit the intake and the tune and stuff like that. And we'll probably pick up the Cobb Redline series because I love that stuff. It's beautiful. Like I said, I have it on the STI and I have experience with it and it looks great. All right, so got a little sidetracked, but let's hop into the JLT Catch Can. Let's unscrew the little canister and see if we caught anything just yet. Got my engine hood light. This thing is amazing. I linked it in the other video, but I'll link it again. Super bright. And like I said, it detaches from this pole, so you don't have to run it on the hood. It's got nice rubber sides, so it doesn't damage the hood or anything or the paint. And it's super, super bright. I didn't even charge it yet, and it doesn't come fully charged. And it was on for a couple hours when I was doing the grill install the other night. So absolutely love it. I mean, look how much light is in here. It's beautiful. Light is always important when you're doing installs. It makes it that much easier and that much more enjoyable. So I had to put it up to show you guys, to give you a little bit better light when we're doing this. So, all right, so let's unscrew that can and let's see what we got. So ready? I'm really surprised about this, but look how much I caught in about 150 to 200 miles. Really, really shocked about how much is actually in there. It almost looks like an espresso or coffee or something, which is crazy because that's actually fuel mixed with the oil. And all this would be going into your intercooler, into your turbo, into your intake, which you do not want. So this is doing its job beautifully. And I could not recommend this enough. It was only about 150 bucks or so. Install takes 5 to 10 minutes. Highly suggested if you have the EcoBoost, but man, look at all of that. That is pretty shocking. Wasn't really expecting to see too much in there, but I was actually surprised just at how much was actually in there. So if you look at that, it looks pretty gross. All that would be going into your back into your motor and also into places that you do not want it to go. And it just would be doing damage. So I have 60,000 miles on my truck, so it doesn't matter if you have 0 miles or 200,000 miles. I definitely suggest picking this up and putting it on your truck. I swear it will make your motor happier and last much longer. So definitely pick it up. I'm not going to empty this just yet. I want to check back in about 1,000 miles and see how filled this is, because I want to actually document that and measure it out and just see how much it's actually catching in 1,000 miles. Be good knowledge for you guys and also be good for me to know. So I'm going to leave that in there for now. It's just going to hang out in this little can. It's not going to go back into the motor. So man, pretty surprising. But all right, let's throw this back on and then we can get started on the side badges. Basically, I think there's 3 or 4 pins underneath. There's one here, 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 and I think at the end as well. So you really can't take a fishing wire and just cut all the way through it. Basically, you just want to heat it up, get it started, and then kind of pry your way out. I actually already did the passenger side just to get a feel for it, since I wasn't sure exactly where the pins are. But you ultimately have to end up just pretty much breaking this entire badge apart. There's really no other way around it. I'm sure you can go behind and pop the clips out, but there's still the double-sided tape that kind of holds really well. So you kind of just need to pull it and end up breaking, which is not a big deal since we are replacing it. But let me show you the other side just so you get an idea of what it currently looks like. Love how it turned out. It looks so much better, so much cleaner. You know, and it still has a nice badge there without looking completely bare, because like I said, there's giant holes here, so it would look pretty ridiculous if you left it empty. But really nice. Happy with the quality of these. There weren't anything crazy. I think they're about 30 bucks or so. I'll link them below if you guys are interested. But yeah, way better. And they do have different trim levels here, so if you have a Lariat, if you have an XL, you just need to pick the one that you have. So looks way better. But let me walk you through on the driver's side so you get an idea of what you need to exactly do. So as we were doing this, I turned the TV on, catching up with some Obsessed Garage, his Washington talk that he did on Christmas Day. It's been a while since I've been able to catch up, but watching that as I get this knocked out. All right, so we got the badge off. I know that was a little cringe-worthy, but it's just what you need to do to get this thing off. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 giant holes in the side of the fender. So what we're going to do now is get all the remaining adhesive off. Kind of just rolls off, just gonna heat it up, roll it off, and then I'm going to actually clean it up and then polish it out. So any scratches or anything that are around the area. There's some up here that wasn't from removing the badge, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock those out real quick as I'm doing this. But yeah, so let's go ahead, remove all the adhesive, get it cleaned up. Then after that, everything's cleaned up. Just put the new badge on and we'll be finished. Of the adhesive off of the actual fender, off of the badge. So now there's just obviously some remaining. So all I'm going to do is spray some all-purpose cleaner straight on there just to clean it up a little bit. And then I usually use Goo Gone to get the remaining amount, but I ran out of Goo Gone, so I'm just going to use some WD-40, which is an old trick, because you just need some lubricity just to kind of soften up the adhesive, and then it comes right off. After that, once we get it cleaned up, I'm going to use some Geon Prep just to remove any of the oils from the WD-40, and then we can go ahead and polish it out. So we got most of it off. Now the remaining I'm just going to polish off. I'm just going to use an old pad that I don't intend on using on paint. This is kind of my trash pad, something that, like I said, I didn't use on paint anymore. So I use it for some adhesive remover and random odd jobs like that. So let me go ahead, get some polish on the pad. It's an aggressive pad, so it should take it out pretty quickly. And then we can go ahead and clean it up and get ready to put the new badge on. All right, so the area is good to go. Just got some lint from the microfiber stuck in the holes, but as you can see, it cleared up perfectly. And those minor scratches that were up here that were not from me, that was just there, came right out really quickly. So I already found a good method of how to actually correct the paint once I get time to actually detail the entire truck, because it came out beautifully. As you can see, all the flake in the paint came out really quickly. So it's good to go around and clean up these holes a little bit. There's some leftover polish in there. and some lint from the microfiber, but otherwise we are good to go. I'm going to spray it down once more with some Geon Prep, which is basically like an IPA. It just removes any oils or anything like that, so you have a nice clean surface, and then we can put the new badge on. All right, so now we are ready to actually get the badge onto the actual fender. So basically you want to make sure you cover all these holes. So this large hole right here is going to be covering the F. These two bottom ones, this whole entire bottom section is going to cover those two holes. And this hole back over here, you just want to make sure it covers right here where it goes up on the 0, because you don't want to place it and have holes showing as you place it on. So we're going to peel off the red for the tape, line it up, and then I got a little level right here just to make sure it's nice and good. And then we can go ahead and stick it on. Then I usually take a heat gun just to kind of warm it up a little bit, warm the tape up so it gets a good adhesion. And we are done. Man, such a big difference. Again, I know it's small details, but it's part of the big picture. Looks fantastic. Everything looks really good. Again, these were not expensive at all. They're about 30 bucks, I think, for the pair. You can get a set of 3 if you want to put one on the tailgate as well. But since I deleted that, I didn't need one. I prefer the clean look of no badge on the tail. I think it looks a little better, a little bit more unison, and it satisfies my OCD a little bit better. So yeah, very, very simple. Just take some time getting the adhesive off and everything, and then you got to polish it out. And but honestly, it is worth it. And as you can see, you can't see any of the holes that were left behind from the old badge. Everything looks really good and really clean. So I'll leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in picking these up. Just got them from Amazon, nothing crazy. There are some nicer ones out there that you can have painted to match the color of your paint, but those were like $200 for the pair. And these are just fine. If they ended up fading or, you know, not working out in the long run, I could just pick up another set. Again, they're pretty cheap, so I'm not too worried about it. But let's show you the other side real quick again, so you can get the full picture. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really like how it turned out. So in a future video, after I'd done 1,000 miles with the catch can installed, I'll check back again and see how much it caught in that little can. But it was a decent amount in there for only about 150, 200 miles or so. I still got a few other things to install over here. I still got a bunch of stuff coming in the mail. These are the Morimoto sequential side mirror blinkers. So over here, you can see this is just the basic LED. I think these are LED actually, yeah. Just the clears, the stock ones, and the new ones are smoked, so it's going to blend in with the mirror nicely, and they're sequential, so it's going to match the nice Morimoto XP LED headlights. They also have a gloss black mirror cap as well, but I'm not sure if I want to do that since this whole thing is this plastic finish. Plus, mirrors tend to get really, really dinged up as you drive and everything. So I don't know. I'll probably end up picking it up in the future, but for now, I think I'm going to be okay with just leaving this, you know, the basic plastic. Door handles, I have those sitting over there as well. So it's basically just a cover that goes over this chrome. Man, I am so happy with this grill. I keep on coming back just to look at it. I did mention, I think in my last video, that I did order some new emblems. They're just overlays for now. It's a matte black background with the gloss black writing. So it's going to go over really nice. And all the chrome is going to be completely removed from the front and the rear as well. I also have the bumper covers coming as well, which are in gloss black, the same finish as this. They just pop on over that. The rear ones I did order, but they're on back stock for a couple of weeks. Right now they're saying 12 plus weeks. So hopefully it's not that long. Hopefully they come in a little bit sooner. So in the meantime, I might just vinyl wrap the rears just so I can get the chrome out of here. And then once the new caps come in, I can put them on, but we'll see. At least I'll have the front definitely completed. Oh yeah, also, I got some new tools for Christmas. I kind of just reorganized some things. I'm not really 100% definite on how this is gonna stay, but I was just kind of placing some things out. Eventually, I would like to do the Kaizen foam, and you know, it's like a foam insert then you trace the tool, and then you cut it out, and then it has a little insert for each tool. But I'm constantly changing things around, so I'm not 100% sure this is the route I want to go yet. But I've been playing with all the little fitments and everything, kind of changing some things around to make it the most ideal setup and kind of make sense where everything is. So when I go to reach for it, I know exactly where it is. But it's taken some shape. I play around with it for a while before I, kind of put it in its final place. But all new screwdrivers, a few pliers and stuff, and some wrenches. And I'm really happy about these. Some T-handles. I've been wanting these for a while. So I'm really happy I got these. I'm always looking for this tool all the time, and I never had them. So I picked some of those up. Let me know if you guys want a full toolbox tour. I kind of did one earlier a long time ago, but it's made a lot of changes since then. But some people may be interested in a full kind of walkthrough in what I have. So I can definitely do that in the future. That is all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all about the badges, the removal, or anything else on the truck, be sure to let me know. Again, there's a link in the description below if you are interested in picking these up. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, any questions, ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you in the next one.